Set 75256 Kylo Ren Shuttle is a LEGO Star Wars set. It comes with 1,005 pieces, 6 minifigures. It is for the ages of 10 plus and was released October 1st, 2019. This set retails in Canada for $159.99, in the US for $129.99, in the UK for $99.99, and the rest of Europe for $119.99 up to $129.99, depending on the region you are in. This is the second edition of this set that LEGO has come out with. So the front of the set has a giant picture of the set that's actually cut off on the wings and part of the bottom. You get the Disney logo at the bottom right. You have the information on the left, which is actually cut in half by one of the wings. So the top left has the age number, set number, and the name, and the bottom has the pieces. The very bottom left has the 6 minifigures. You have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, General Pride, a Sith Trooper, a First Order Trooper, and 2 Knights of Ren. The back of the set has a bigger picture of the set in its folded up form, so when the wings are, when the half of a wing comes down like that. You then also have minifigures sort of scattered about there. The picture to the left of that is showing the functionality of the wings folding down. The picture to the very left middle of the back is the functionality of lifting the set up will tilt the wings apart. Below that is that turning the engine, or one of the engine pieces, will tilt the wings back to straight. To the right of that, at the bottom middle, is the cockpit functionality, how it opens up, and underneath that shows the shooter functionality. So because this set does have a shooter functionality to it. My ability to talk. One side has where the components were made and distributed, along with the advertisement for the Lego.com Life app. Along and above that is the warning that due to small parts, there is a potential choking hazard for children aged 0 to 3 and even older than that if they consume parts. The other side has nothing but, LEGO logo, Star Wars, and the picture that's on the front of the box on the side there in a smaller form. The top of the box has the set name in 2 other languages, along with the actual size indicator is Kylo Ren, or Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. And the bottom of the set has the usual recycling, UPC, and trademark information. And this box is a taped box, which I always like to see. So in the box, there are 9 bags labeled 1 all the way up to 7. Section 4 and 5 has 2 bags each. The instructions are in a plastic bag, which means that they are not bent, and there do not appear to be any stickers in this. The front has the usual, for any set that is not a junior or an 18 plus, they always have the how to use the bags along with brick separator and the LegoLife.com app on 2 pages on it. It's always there, so I'm not going to bother to show them. Bag 1 deals with the main body of or bottom section of the main body of the ship, along with Kylo Ren and the General Pride. Bag 2 deals with a large chunk of the sort of the sides of the main section of the ship. Bag 3 deals with the top section, excluding the canopy for the ship. Along with the 2 Knights of Ren. Bag 4 deals with the right bottom section of the wing. Bag 5 deals with the left bottom section of the wing, along with the Sith Trooper and the First Order Stormtrooper. Bag 6 deals with the canopy and all the other miscellaneous pieces, including the 2 guns on the wings. And Bag 7 deals with the tops of the wings. The set has 3 pages of parts. It has 2 pages of one which is sets, and the other which is the minifigures that correspond to it. I cannot confirm for myself right now, other than the Yoda, I believe it's the Y-Wing, and the Shuttle Knights of and the Shuttle that we're currently doing. I cannot confirm for any other but those 3 that they are still available. The other ones may no longer be available. I actually have no idea. And there's an advertisement for V-Lego Life app in the back of the book, too. So, for packaging, I'm going to give it a 4 because there is absolutely nothing special with it. But there's nothing bad with it. The fact that there's no stickers is something that I can totally get behind, even though all the prints will be on the minifigures, and I highly doubt that I will see any on the actual set pieces. It's just great. So, yes, that gets a 4. And now I will begin. Okay, so here is the set, and it's, I mean, what a set indeed. So you have a bunch of extra parts. Nothing. No. I'd say it's a decent amount for 1,000 pieces. But you got a couple extra parts, couple lightsabers, which is always nice. No brick separator from what? Yeah, from. See, it's weird because like on the front page they tell you on the front page of the instructions about how to use a brick separator, but they don't include a brick separator. Not that I know of. Double check. Yeah, no brick separator. For the exclusive things that you can find in the set, there is the torso and leggings of the Knights of Ren are exclusive prints for the set, and the along with the helmet for the one with the sort of bow, like staff, and the one with the axe has an exclusive print for the face. General Pride, the torso and head is an exclusive print for that. And that's it for exclusives, not much there. So we'll start on the first guy. Kylo Ren here has a printed legs and torso that you can see in the movie, along with the mask is slightly different from previous one. It has the red, like, repaired cracks on it. You have his gray with, interestingly handled with the crossguard lightsaber. He has a normal face and an screaming face, no other way to say it, and he comes with a cape. Get down here. General Pride has a dark silver tone to his legs and torso, and the torso is printed for a bit of a uniform. He has a short gun, gray, sort of starting to go bald hair piece, and he has a normal face and an angry face. One Knight of Ren has a axe staff. He has a uniform print on his legs and torso. He has a very interesting type of hood that isn't joined, because so usually via Lego hoods, it's a hood, but then there's a part that comes around here. This one does not have it, so it's sort of just, here's a hood and it's open in the middle where the chin is. And he has a face print for a mask on the face, and that's the only one. There's nothing else for that. The other Knight of Ren has a... you can tell he likes bombs because there's a lot of that on his torso, but the torso and legs have a print on that for a uniform. He has his little, probably what I'm going to call a boom stick on here. He's holding a thermal detonator, and he has a complete black head, no print underneath. The First Order Stormtrooper has an normal Stormtrooper print for the torso and legs. He has a medium-size Star Wars gun. He has a First Order helmet, and his face is a angry face. And the Sith Trooper has the exact... Is it the exact? Nope, slightly different print. He has a print on legs and torso. He is holding a paintball gun with a lightsaber as a scope. And he has a First Order helmet with red print, and he has the same angry face as the Trooper. Now, going into this build, I'm not going into this build as someone who has never done it before, because I have. I have done the original one. So I have the original one, so I can actually really list some of the differences here. Now, my build, you'll notice down here, that there is a black piece instead of what's supposed to be the gray. I was missing a piece. They instead sent me a white 2x4. This is not indicative of how your experience will be. This is just how they sent it. So for the build quality is nice. There was some interesting Technic components. The difference between this and the original, the main differences I would say, is that it does not have these flaps on the bottom of this, and these wings do not go out. They are a fixed wing, though they do collapse down. And there are also some aesthetic changes, such as, how the cockpit looks, how the canopy is. The canopy has a back section that opens, this one doesn't. There are some minor changes there. So this one, the canopy opens and you get a full interior inside. You have spaces to hold stuff such as your extra shots, because this is it does have shooter functionality there. Very interesting because you don't use your finger. Well, I mean, okay, you do use it, but you do not use your finger against the actual rod. There is a little push piece down here that does the work for you. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. There's nothing in the back section. The wings come down as they did in the previous version. But what is different and what is awesome is the wings come out like they're supposed to, like they have the entire time. And they can be reset simply turning the right engine like that. So, now one of the things going into this, knowing how this one works, is that I am largely annoyed at how LEGO went about this. Because this one was released in 2015, this one in 2018, so that's 3 years. The wings have the exact same mechanism. Now I'm not against LEGO for using using the exact same thing. If it works, don't fix it. What I am mainly annoyed about them is that the wings on this one do this, and this one does not. None of these pieces have been introduced, or none of the introduced pieces are new. And that is what my problem is. None of these pieces, there are no new pieces exclusive to the set, other than in the minifigs. But in the main building, nothing here is new. And that is what is annoying about this. Like, what's annoying is that they had, like, when you look at this, they could have had this in this version. This feels like a cash grab to me. It feels like they went, hey, we could improve it now. We could do better than the original one. Because really, this one, boy, it feels like if you can do this with the exact same parts, it feels like they rushed this one out. It feels like with this one, they went, hey, so you know how we didn't have time to do this one last time? Or how, we didn't think of doing this? Or, God forbid, didn't have enough of our designers trying to think of how to do this. Well, we can do it now. And then they released it for the 9th movie when this one was for the 7th. It doesn't sit right with me when you have something that is a different color scheme. The wings are practically built because I built this a week before this review. These wings are built almost completely identical. There are some differences, but that's it. It's almost completely identical to the original. The pieces here, like such as this side section on here, completely identical to the original. Like it feels like a lot of this stuff was just this works fine, put it on, and then let's add this functionality of the wings opening and maybe change a couple other things and do it, because these both have 1,500 pieces. It really feels like they didn't try. It really feels like for the pricing, because this one was $149. It really feels like let's just change some things around and increase the price of it. It doesn't feel like LEGO was trying, and that bothers me about this set. So my opinion of this set as a whole and how LEGO introduced it is tinted. Now, in the next part where I discuss my ratings for it, it is not, the only thing that is going to affect is the value, nothing else. So let's get on to the build. The build was a 4 because of several techniques. If you've never built this set and you see how this works, this can be an interesting technique. The way that this works with the spring-loaded Technic piece, and just how it manages to be, perfectly symmetrical here. That is very interesting. It's a good technique. There were no challenging bits, although some pieces were challenging to get put together. Is what I should say. Just the way that some of the Technic pins had to go in, and some of them were difficult to do it. But other than that, this was a very good build to do. This gets a 4. The play gets a 5. You get 4 great minifigures, 4 of which are exclusive to the set. You get a Kylo Ren shuttle that actually acts like it's supposed to, so you can have it flying around and attacking stuff. The ability for the minifigures to be able to go in, you know, to be able to sit in here, and you know, that you have this folding down when it lands. You know, you can have it like this rise up and then have it pick it up, and now it's fly. You know, this is good functionality for play. Play gets a 5. The display, I'm gonna give the display a 4. This is a pretty good display for a Star Wars set because you can have it several ways. You can have it completely, you know, like it's powered down, like it's just like that. You can have it like this, or if you want to, you can even have it like that on a shelf. The display for this is fantastic. It gets a 4. Now the value. The piece to price is not good unless you are in the United Kingdom, but for what you're getting for minifigures piece to price, I'm going to give the value a 3, because once again, this is where my whole issues with the original set come in. It feels like Lego in some way or form cheaped out when doing this one. If you've ever built the original one, it feels like you are almost recreating it, except you get to do it in a way that adds one bit of functionality and has a different color, and maybe messes around, you know, with how some of the aesthetics are done. That's it. So value gets a 3 because I really don't think... I think that if you've never had the set, it's a good value, but other than that, it's not. The piece to price is not. Minifigures are okay. This is a set for a guy who needs to have every Star Wars set. I would even argue that this is a set for a child who never got the original one. If you know, have a child who never got the original one that came out in 2015, get this now before it goes, because it has been 2 years. This should be discontinuing very soon at some point. I would figure by the end of year or midpoint sometime in 2022. But this is a good thing for a child to have. This is a good thing for a guy who displays. This isn't going to go into a Lego city, but this is a nice, but, you know, discounting how the original one looked, this is a nice set. I like it. It's just fantastic to build with here. And with that, I will see you all next time.